Hey, this is my review project video on westward expansion. Manifest destiny is the belief that the settlers in this time had the God-given right to move west and colonize that land. Texas was originally part of Mexico. Many Americans moved there before Texas won their independence from Mexico. So of course, because of all the Americans living there, they immediately wanted to join the Union. Texas was added to the Union in 1845. Texas is the only state that has actually been its own country. The Oregon Territory was owned by Britain, but the only problem was that the borders were never officially established, so this was an ongoing argument for a long time. There wasn't a lot of government in that area, so many people would travel on the Oregon Trail through the area, so they decided that the boundaries needed to be officially decided by signing the Oregon Treaty with Britain. After Texas joined the Union, Mexico and the U.S. never officially decided the borders of Texas. The U.S. said that the border was at the Rio Grande River. When Mexico didn't leave, fighting broke out. Congress later declared war on Mexico. Fighting ceased more than a year later, and Mexico gave us a chunk of land referred to as the Mexican Cession. Lastly is the Gadsden Purchase. When building the Transcontinental Railroad, they needed this small chunk of land to build the railroad on. So James Gadsden convinced Mexico to sell it to us for $10 million. Ironically enough, they didn't even end up building the railroad on this land. Many types of people moved west, including people like 49ers, Mormons, and pioneers. The 49ers were people who moved west in search of gold when redeeming in California. Sadly, the majority of them went home broke. But some stayed and worked on the Transcontinental Railroad or worked other places. Another group of people were the Mormons. They were a group of people who believed that an angel told their leader, Joseph Smith, that there was a third part of the Bible. Many people didn't agree with their beliefs, so they moved and settled in Utah to escape religious persecution. And lastly, there were the pioneers. The government was selling the western land for extremely cheap, hoping that people would move there and colonize because it was all wilderness at the time. Pioneers were people who moved in hopes of a better life for them and their family.